I've been going to the pregnancy center since my first pregnancy. Miles is 3 now. But when I was pregnant with him, that's the first time I met Miss Elizabeth, and she was very welcoming. She was very easy to talk to. I felt safe when I went to the pregnancy center. I felt like I could tell her anything without being judged. And that's just a really amazing, beautiful thing that I'm not really used to, especially from the family that I come from. I had just gotten kicked out of my grandmother's house, who's my adoptive mother. I was with her for about a year, and then she just kicked us out. So I spoke to my best friend, and her dad was okay with us staying with them for temporary, but he was already kind of like, what are you gonna do? You need to find somewhere to go. And then I found out that I was pregnant, and it kind of rubbed them in the wrong way even more. So they were like, you need to find somewhere to go. Miss Elizabeth, talking to her and everything, and telling her, being there, supporting me and the kids, and just letting us know everything was gonna be okay. She next day was like, "You're gonna have somewhere to go to. Everything's gonna be fine." And so I was pretty shocked by it. And at first, I kind of didn't want to believe it either. I was like, "Okay, she's telling me that we'll have somewhere to go, but I'm not gonna for sure get my hopes up, because everything sometimes doesn't work out sometimes." But it did. I went over there to the Hope House and everything, and they were able to give us a room and start us, just having a roof over our head and getting comfortable being there. And then through that, I've found out about High Again. I got the job at High Again through actually Hope House. So Hope House talked to me and told me that one of their previous residents had a job there, and they said that since I know Miss Elizabeth, they're like, maybe that's something you could look into. And I was kind of like, okay, but how is that gonna work, with my kids and stuff like that? And then I found out that you're able to work with your kids and bring them, and I was like, oh, that's totally cool, that's a blessing. Well, let me look into this, I'll call them right away. And then that's kind of what ended up happening. So being at High Again, it's kind of made me have my own little adoptive family in a way. So people I can call and turn to. I know I'm probably sometimes annoying with it. That's the main time I get to see other people, and I'm close with everybody at work. I was, I want to say around 2 months pregnant at that time. So being able to get a job and work while having a toddler at the same time was just something that was amazing. I knew that I didn't want to go through with the abortion anymore. Honestly, what changed my mind about it is just knowing that I had support, I had people helping me. I started, seeing I can do this. I have help. I'm not alone, and I can keep my baby. So having faith has been a big thing that's changed for me over time. I think I've grown more towards God. Being around it, listening to it, seeing it has opened my eyes to a lot, being more welcoming of it. I even put a lot of Bible scriptures around my house. So when you go in my house, I have a ton of things that I've gotten from High Again that I put around the house that I just like, because it's very uplifting. So seeing it every day, it just helps. If you're pregnant and you're unsure of your next steps in your life, and you're having, unsure feelings about your pregnancy, I would really recommend going to the pregnancy center and just talking to them and seeing what kind of resources they can offer you. And I would say, full-heartedly, that they would guide you in the right direction.
So the day Melady came for her third sonogram was 2 weeks after her first visit. She was hardened by life and did not want any spiritual services those first 2 weeks. But that third sonogram, 2 weeks later, she wanted spiritual services. And that was kind of my first view of that door opening. And she received just really love in the name of Jesus every time she walked in the door, and it changed her.
Man, working with Melady and watching her grow has just been something that there are probably not words for. She has just grown and blossomed so much, and she's tough. She is a strong woman, and you could never look at her and imagine some of the things she's been through because she's extraordinarily strong. She's just a part of our High Again family. It's so good to look at her in the eyes and be able to tell her honestly, you never have to do anything alone again. We say this all the time, and it's true. We don't do the saving. It's not our work, it's God's. God does the saving, God does the work, but it is incredible to be one of the vessels that He uses sometimes.
I would just say to the donors, what you do is amazing. It's a blessing. You don't know how much, you changed someone's life, and I can't find the words for it. It's just extraordinary how big of a difference complete strangers I've never met have made in my life. I mean, I'm forever thankful for it. I'm beyond grateful. I wouldn't be where I'm at today without it. So it's a really big blessing that what they're doing is amazing. This is Mila Henry Franco. She's just such a blessing. She's such an easy baby. Going from where I was in the very beginning of being so unsure and not knowing what I was going to do, and most of it was because, my financial situation and my housing situation. But once all that came together with, having the support of High Again and everything, it really changed my life. It made me feel more comfortable, knowing I was going to have another child. And just having her and holding her is just a blessing, even as she toots on my hand.
You're proud of yourself, aren't you?
So this is Miles. This is the one that made me a mom. Hey. Look this way, baby. Say hi. Say hi. Look at Sissy. Help Sissy.
Anyone watching this video, or anyone who has supported the pregnancy center or High Again in any way, you hold a piece of Melady's story, and not just Melady's, but so many other moms and even dads like her. We couldn't do what we do without your support.
I think the pregnancy center is so unique because it's so intimate. You are invited into this space where few people see, and maybe no one on the planet ever sees the transformation that occurs, and you get to be there and part of it. If you hear about the pregnancy center and there is the slightest glimmer of, wow, you need to come, because that is the beginning of a journey that will change your life.
Yeah, it just really changed my life. I wouldn't be where I'm at today, and I'm surrounded by my kids, and even though things can be hard and tough, I know that I have people I can turn to. Even if they're not family, it feels like I have a family sometimes. So it's just great. It's a really amazing thing. Y'all have really changed my life.